Park Ridge, it's Molly Jacobson. Welcome to our Friday cooking class for our Passports for Adventure. Today we're going to be making arancinis. We're going to travel all the way over to Italy. In my early 20s, I lived in Italy for 4 years with the military and I fell in love with arancinis. It's a Sicilian dish. It's easy to make. It's a great snack, or you can make it into a meal. And let's learn how to do it. All right, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is go over our ingredients list. So for your arancinis, you're going to need some either leftover or room temperature chilled risotto. This is a great way to use up a risotto. I just use something out of a box. I'm kind of lazy when I make my risotto, so but obviously the homemade stuff's gonna be a little bit better. But you're gonna need some flour, eggs, oil, and panko breadcrumbs. You're also going to need some fresh mozzarella cheese. I prefer these little balls, the cherry size ones. Some shredded Parmesan. You can shred yourself or just be lazy like me and use the pre-shredded stuff. Some salt and pepper, and this is kind of a key one. If you don't have a deep fryer, you're gonna want to use a thermometer to make sure that your oil is at 350 degrees. It's really, really important. You don't want it too hot. You don't want it too cool because you need to cook it just perfect to melt the cheesy center inside of your rice ball arancini. All right, let's get started. I'm going to cheat a little bit and do a quick Martha Stewart cheat thing. So here I've got my leftover arancini. Using my clean washed hands, especially for COVID, you're going to make a rice ball with the cool rice. That's why you want to make sure that it's cool and not hot, because you're handling it with your hands. We want to make it extra cheesy and good. So sprinkle a little of that Parmesan cheese on there and then just make it into a rice ball. Using your finger, poke a hole into your rice ball and stuff your mozzarella cheese in there. Ta-da! Use up all of your rice and make up all of your balls. You want to make this in small batches. That's kind of the key to this. You want to cook it nice and even in small batches. All right, once you have all of your rice balls made, you can see over here, I was busy before we started taping. So I'm going to take one of my rice balls and I'm going to put it into my dip. My first bowl here is flour with a little bit of added salt and pepper. My second bowl here is just beaten eggs, yolk and white. And my third bowl here is panko breadcrumbs. You can measure these out, but I just kind of use, I'll add another egg if I need it. If I need a little bit more flour, then I'll add a little bit more. I feel like that lets down on the waist. So our first dip is the flour. So we're gonna roll our arancini ball into the flour. Then we're gonna go into the beaten egg. And finally, we're gonna go over into our panko breadcrumbs. Like I said, you wanna do these in small batches. So I would do maybe 2 at a time. Now, I preheated my oil and I kind of popped one in there to get it going first. You want to cook these for about 4 minutes with that 350 degree oil. If it's too hot, these are gonna burn really quick. If it's not cold enough, they're gonna get saturated with soggy oil. So when I said cook in small batches, it's because you gotta keep a good idea of how hot your oil is. You may need to let it cool down a little bit, or you may need to let it heat up a little bit, but you can just keep an eye on it. Now, if we can get my cameraman to pop in here, as you can see, it's getting nice and golden brown pretty quick. But make sure you keep it in that oil for at least 4 minutes. And if it's not burning, it doesn't hurt to give it a little extra time in there if you're just tossing them around. You can probably do about 2 or 3 of these at a time, but I wouldn't go any more than that because you really need to give it your full attention. All right. When you're all done, drain it on a paper towel to get the excess oil off. And you're gonna wanna serve these guys immediately with your favorite marinara sauce. They are delicious, ooey gooey on the inside, yummy stuff. All right, I hope you enjoyed your arancini. We are challenging everybody to put your favorite family recipes from around the world on our website to share with Park Ridge. I can't wait to try out some of these recipes. I love to cook. It's one of my favorite things to do, even though sometimes I'm not that great. But I hope you enjoy these and all the fun stuff that we're doing for you guys. We miss you, and stay safe out there. Okay, thanks, Park Ridge.